Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are back to pick up on the reading of these emails between Azriel Clary and her mother Alice Clary, as well as an assistant for Mr. R. Kelly. And so Azriel, I believe, I think she's still in Las Vegas, need to be making her way back home. And for those of you who are wondering, what in the world is this girl talking about? The singer, R&B singer R. Kelly, who you guys know, is now serving like a 30-year prison sentence for all these charges that the federal government brought against him in the Eastern District of New York and the Northern District of Illinois. So in the Eastern District of New York, one of the prime witnesses or victims was a young woman by the name of Azriel Clary, who was his live-in girlfriend. They met in April of 2015 when her parents made up the scheme where they were going to get her on stage. She was an aspiring singer. They were going to get her on stage to meet Mr. Kelly, have her go backstage, perform for him in hopes that he would take her on as an artist. But the mom began texting Mr. Kelly, and we thought that Azriel didn't know that the mother was texting Mr. Kelly, but it comes to find out that they were all in on it. The mother was just setting the stage. She knew what to say to get Mr. Kelly interested in wanting to see Azriel. But as it turned out, he really wasn't interested in her singing as much as the mother claims. He wanted to be with the daughter, but I think the mother was doing a little manipulation there where she wanted her daughter to sleep with Mr. Kelly, and so the family could use that as leverage against him, I guess, to get whatever they wanted out of him. So these text messages came about during Mr. Kelly's appeal. They are 174 pages long, and I'm going to be honest, they weren't as juicy as I thought they were, but there was some very telling information in these text messages that gives us a better idea of what was going on and how Azriel ended up with Mr. Kelly. And I'll stop right there because I am going to do a commentary video on all of this once I finish reading these. Somebody asked me, why was I reading it word for word? Why not just pick out key points? And the reason is I haven't pre-read this document. And with all of the other documents that I have read and did videos on, I just figure I'm going to read it from the beginning to the end, so I can just record myself reading it, and then people who don't have access to the documents, they can follow along and know what was said in the documents, not jumping over, because what might be important to one person may not be important to the next person, and so then you miss key information because somebody thought it wasn't important. And then one more thing before we get started. I dropped a video yesterday about why Mr. Kelly may not have access to his email yet. He was moved to the actual federal correctional center where he will be housed at and I told you guys before, he probably won't serve all his time there. They move them frequently, but probably until his appeal is heard. and he'll probably be at this location. But basically, I was doing some research to try and figure out like what could possibly be the reason that he doesn't have access to email. And it could be anything from it just takes them a while to set it up, which I don't understand why it would take a long time since he already had access to the system. They just need to switch whatever location. But there was some other reasons that could fit his particular situation. So you guys go and check that out. It was posted yesterday. So we are picking up on these text messages, and it is the date is May 4th, and it is May 4th, 2015. It's 6:48 in the evening. And we're going to start with Azriel sending a text message to Alice. And it says, only reason I went to sleep is because I'm going shopping. I want to sleep before. And, Azriel has been doing a lot of sleeping on this trip. She flew out to California to meet up with Mr. Kelly, I guess so he could show her what it was like being on tour. Then they decided to go to Las Vegas to see, I believe it was Floyd Mayweather, had a fight. But it doesn't seem like Azriel has really seen Mr. Kelly a whole lot. She did claim that she woke up one morning and he was sitting in the room, but I think she might have been dreaming or just straight up lying about that. So anyway, Alice responds and she says, okay, they're now saying 7:30, and then the assistant chimes in and says they're now saying 7:30 p.m. the car will arrive, pick up at Mandalay Beach level. And then Azriel says, want me to go now to beach level or no? The assistant says 7:30 pickup time at beach level. The driver will wait for you for 2 hours at the mall. You should go down around 7:15ish. Then Azriel says, thank you. Do you know if I could go out to eat or something? No. And so it's important to note that we never see Azriel in any of these text messages. Azriel is not talking to Mr. Kelly. She's always talking to the assistant. And so that's important to note.
What type of mother is this? Oh
so
my
then,
God.
Okay. So then the assistant says, I will ask. Then Azriel says, thank you. Now we have Alice again. And so Alice says, your damn bro let the possum escape, but now he anywhere in the house because he left him downstairs in a fucking little ass shoebox. Wow. And so at the beginning of these text messages, Azriel for some reason bought a dang on possum. Okay, like who wants a filthy, nasty possum in the house? But I guess some people use them as pets. I don't know. So then Alice continues and she says, then he wasn't here when your dress got delivered. And so Azriel replies, wow, I bet you super mad, laughing my ass off. Oh my God, that's crazy as heck. Shaking my head. Alice, I'm going to kill ass when he get here. Child, Alice is real mad because she don't know what she typing. He was mad because I wouldn't let him use your car. Oh my God, I need a vacation from everybody. Who knows where the fuck that thing is? I don't know. I think she meant I don't know what I did. She says, I don't know. I did to deserve this life. Probably because I didn't marry for love. Wow, child. So did you go shopping? Did you get your bags? Azriel, it could bite one of the dogs, and no, it got pushed back to 7:30 due to the chauffeur company. And no. Then Alice says, well, he out playing ball. Why he couldn't buy you some sweats so you could go to the gym with him? The dogs are in the garage. Then Ice dumbass, Ice is the sister. Ice dumbass send a video of Avion sitting on her lap. She telling him to drive the car, really moving. That's why her ass ain't got no car now. Then she in a rental. Too much drama. Azriel, shaking my head. She's stupid. I was supposed to go earlier, shaking my head. If I would have known I'd be going shopping this late, I would have went with him. And notice she always has an excuse why she is not with Mr. Kelly. So Alice, I told you every time he say let's go, I would have went. I would never let him leave me. If you tell him you're bored, you're going to the pool or something, I bet you he would come. Go check out a show in the hotel or check out the stores in the hotel. Azriel, he didn't ask me. He said, I'm going to the gym. You're going to go shopping. Alice, oh, well, you should have said, I want to go to the gym with you. Azriel, I thought I was going shopping. So the assistant, Azriel texted the assistant and said, I'm not going to the mall anymore. Thank you. Alice just be blowing Azriel's mood with all her carrying on. So then Alice texts, well, you can always think about later. You have to live for now. And then the assistant replies, okie dokie. Azriel replies to the assistant, floor 9, room 9123. Then Alice, I would have went just because I know this is my last day to hang with him. Azriel, never mind now. Don't you know his BFF Judy? We going shopping and swimming. Okay, so who is the BFF Judy, y'all? Y'all let me know who Judy is. So then she says, he said she can be my hangout friend. Okay, Azriel. So Alice said, I would have been like, I hang with you. We can go shopping later together. And then the assistant sent a question mark. So I don't know if Azriel sent a text that she shouldn't have sent. And then, let's see. So then Azriel replied, sorry. So I'm thinking she sent something she shouldn't have sent. Let's see. And then Alice replies, that's the girl from Chicago, his best friend. Azriel says, yeah. Alice, so do y'all look alike? Did you get your promise ring? Laugh out loud. Did she like you? Y'all hit it off? Azriel, no. And yes, I'ma be with her all evening. Alice, hello.
What type of mother is this?
Because so now it's 11:04 p.m. and it took Azriel 15 minutes to respond to her mother. So she's like, hello, where are you? So then Azriel says, my phone gonna die. Alice, well, are you just with her? Azriel, yeah. Alice, okay, just be careful with that. Something don't seem right. Do you know her last name? And then Azriel says, why? He trusted her, so he doesn't mind me hanging with her. Alice, something I read will tell you later. And then Azriel said, let me see. And then Alice says, when she get there. So I think I was trying to think of the girl's name that was in the van with them. And I didn't want to say, I know it began with a J, and I didn't want to say Joanne because that was his mother's name. I said, but I know that girl name began with a J. So it is Judy. Okay, so here come Alice. Alice needs to go to bed. So it's still May 4th. It's close to midnight and Alice is still texting. And so she is asking Azriel to Vegas. What's the other lady name you met? So she traveled with him. When did she get to Vegas? Hello, can you talk? So then Azriel finally responds at 1:38 a.m. Okay, so Azriel is on the West Coast. So when I'm giving you guys the times, it is on the East Coast time. So just add or subtract 3 hours from that time. So it's 1:38 a.m. where Alice is. Subtract 3 hours, and that's what? Lord Jesus, 12... 11:10, so that's like 10:38. So Azriel says, my phone died. Alice, call me or text me when you get up. Azriel, morning. So now it is 7:17 a.m. on the East Coast. And so then Azriel says, morning. R just left, so sleepy. I can never really sleep when he around. I'm a I think she meant go. And then she says, good night, love you. Now, they were talking at 1:38. The last text message that Azriel sent to her mom was at 1:38 when she said, my phone died. So that would have been, like I said, 10:38, I think, if I'm doing my math correct. 10:38 on the West Coast. So then Alice texts her at 7:12 a.m. And then Azriel responds 6 minutes later, 7:18, which would have been like 4:18 in the morning. So I don't think Azriel is comprehending that there is a time difference here. And so she's just replying back to her mom, saying whatever she thinks her mom wants to hear. So this is just like a whole mess. Because she talking about good night, love you. But girl, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What are you talking about? So then Alice responds and says, do you have your lock on your phone? I know you're tired. I need to talk real quick. You got your bags? What time you leaving? And Azriel is not responding. So she says, what time you leaving? It's now 9:38 a.m. And then she texts Azriel again at 10:56 a.m. And she says, so I found an article that says he was in Miami before he came to Orlando and was blown away by 19-year-old singer. To me, she's sick and don't have the look. But before you she says, before you leave him today, you need to tell him you need to put on a show so he can see how serious you are. Plus, up your shit to some speakers. Do Maxwell, I think she meant plug up your shit to some speakers. Do Maxwell, Jesse, J, do All About Bass acapella, as well as Prince acapella, and then let him hear you in Stewie's song. Tell him you sing the damn Adele and Rihanna if you have to. Wow him. Alice wanted the girl to put on a whole concert because that was like 5 or 6 artists that she named. And then you guys, Stewie, remember, is the guy that she did the song with. So Alice is still texting and Azriel isn't responding. She says, because when you get back, you have shows booked and you serious and you didn't get in the studio like you wanted, but you want to know if he's serious and you need to show him you're serious. This opportunity, don't blow it. This your opportunity. Don't blow it because he wants to smash you. Have to give him reason to want more with you. You will never get an opportunity like this again. So Azriel finally responds at 11:58 a.m. and says, why you keep saying that? But okay. Good morning. And then Alice says, good morning. Good morning. What time you leave? So it's now 12:51. And Alice says, too many things you're saying equals to the same things other girls were saying. I just don't want you to get hurt. And then the assistant says, morning. Unfortunately, the hotel is sold out and I will be transferring you to a new hotel. Please stand by for your new itinerary. And then Azriel says, Mr. Kelly said, book me on the latest flight back to Florida tonight. And do you know when my checkout is? The assistant, stand by. Checkout is today at 11 a.m. I'll call the front desk to request a late checkout. Azriel, okay, where will I go after that? The assistant, there's a Delta flight departing at 7:04 p.m., arrives at 5:58 a.m. Azriel, all right, let me know if there's anything later or no. Do you know what hotel I'm going to? And then the assistant says, Jacksonville, May 8th. Will the Delta flight work? Azriel, I actually have a show that night. I will have to see Mr. Kelly the day after the 8th. What is she talking about? The assistant, another flight option, Southwest, last flight out, departs at 4:15, arrives at 11:40 p.m. Okay. Azriel, okay, I'll most likely take the flight today at 7 in the evening. And then the assistant says, okay. Azriel, do you know which hotel I'm going today or no? And then the assistant finally tells her she's going to Planet Hollywood. Okay, so Azriel says, what time am I leaving? Assistant, you will need to depart to the airport at 4 p.m. if you get checked in by 1 p.m. Azriel, okay, how can I get there? Okay, I want to know what's the point of her checking out the one hotel and then go and check into another hotel for 4 hours? Like, she might as well just go shopping or sit at the park or in the lobby or something, or take her butt on to the airport, because I be seeing people at the airport been there all day long, look like they spent the night at the airport. So anyway, the assistant says, it's unfortunate there's no Uber there. Planet Hollywood is 1.82 miles from Mandalay. I hate to suggest a taxi, but the options are very, very slim. Azriel, all right, I'll take one. The assistant, car service would be 2-hour window for booking. Azriel, oh man, I'll get a taxi and let you know when I'm at the hotel. Thank you. Does Mr. Kelly know I'm leaving? And then the assistant, leaving Vegas or leaving the hotel? Azriel, hotel. The assistant, my suggestion is that you remain in the hotel until time to head to the airport for your flight. Azriel, so stay at Mandalay? The assistant, it's past checkout time and the hotel is sold out. Have they bugged you yet about leaving? Azriel, no, they haven't, and I'll have luggage with me when I fly back home. The assistant, okay, got it. So stay there until you're checked out for the airport. Azriel, okay, thank you. Okay, that's what I was saying. Just sit there in the lobby or something. First of all, stay up in the room until they knock on the door, because you really don't have to leave until the housekeeping people come and tell you that they're there. Then you just get your stuff and go on out, and then go down to the lobby and just kill some time or something. So anyway, Azriel says, okay, thank you. Okay, so if there is no Ubers, how will I get to the airport in time, or will someone come get me? And then the assistant says, taxi is our option. And then she has like a sad face. Azriel, no problem. So what time should I depart to get to the airport on time? The assistant says 4 p.m. Azriel, thank you. Assistant, did the hotel give, I think she meant you, the envelope for the cab fee, $20 when you checked in? Azriel says yes. The assistant, okay, perfect. Azriel, is there any flights later than 7? Oh my God, this is just crazy. Mr. Kelly said, book me the last flight of the night. So here come Alice. Maybe it's me. I'm sorry. I know I can be bothersome. I won't bother you. I don't want to be part of the reason of why you acted out before. Okay, then the assistant. That was just so random. Okay, guys, so it's now 4:27 on the East Coast. The assistant replies to Azriel and says, there's an 11:20 p.m. flight. Is that okay? Azriel says, yes, thank you. Okay, the assistant, sorry, the 11:20 last seat booked. There's a 10:10 p.m. flight. Azriel, that's fine, thank you. Assistant, you're welcome. Found a later flight, working on car pickup reservation. And then she sent Azriel her information, which was on American Airlines leaving out at 12:55 a.m.
What type of mother is this?
And then arriving in Orlando at 10:41 a.m. And then she gives her confirmation information, and then pick up location Mandalay Bay. And so she gives her all that travel information that she'll need. And then she says, will the 12:55 flight tonight work? Well, look like you done already booked the flight, so why are you asking her if it works? Oh my gosh. So anyway, Azriel responds, yes, that's fine. Thank you. And then she texts her mom and said, why you send that pic? What's up? I'm out with R. We finna go to the strip and stuff. Girl. Okay, y'all, we done had a time lapse here. So now it's 9:26 p.m., which would make it 6:26 p.m. So her mom replied and said, I thought you wanted me to send it to you the other day. I had forgot. What time is your flight? You know we have to pick you up at the airport and we have to get up at 5 a.m. for work. Really, you're not being considerate and you've missed 5 days of school already. And then she says they can drop you from the roster after 6, especially with no doctor slip, which we don't have. Wow. And so then Azriel doesn't respond until 12:40 a.m. on May 6th, which is really 9:40, I think, in Las Vegas. So she says, I'm arriving at like 8 today. Now I thought that flight said, okay, child, maybe it didn't, I don't know. Anyway, she says, okay, here it is. I'm arriving at like 8 today. Then she says at 10:41, I will be leaving Mandalay Bay for the airport, correct? Okay, wait a minute. Now she's talking to the okay, so she said to her mom, I'm arriving at like 8 today. Then she says to the assistant, at 10:41, I will be leaving Mandalay Bay for the airport, correct? And then the assistant said, car will come at 11 p.m. And then okay, wait a minute. So Azriel still at the Mandalay, just hanging around at this point. So I guess the people never came and told her to get out their room because she don't seem to be bothered by she just sitting around there. This is confusing. So now it's May 6th at 1:10 a.m. And the assistant sends her the itinerary again. And now it's U.S. Airways. Okay, maybe she said U.S. Airways before. There's just too much going on here. So she sends the confirmation all over again. So we're going to scroll past that. Then she says, please confirm that you've received your departure information. Azriel says, thank you. The assistant, hi, driver is at lower level valet when you come out. Thanks. Now, if she had went on the strip with Mr. Kelly, why he couldn't have just took her to whatever hotel he was staying at? Like, I'm trying to understand, why is this girl still at the Mandalay? Or did he come and pick her up and she left her bags in the lobby and then came back to get them? Like, some ain't adding up. It's just not making sense. These stories, this text trail that's going on here and what she's telling her mom. So basically, Azriel says, thank you. What airport am I going to? The assistant, Las Vegas Macaron Airport, Las Vegas Boulevard. Driver is at Mandalay Valet. Azriel, I'm actually on my way to the hotel now. Child, she ain't even at the hotel, and it's 1:54 a.m. So, okay, Azriel. Let's see. So the assistant says, okay. And then she says, huh? It was 8 when you texted me. Oh, no, this is Alice now. Huh? It was 8 when you texted me. And then Azriel says, what? I'm going to arrive at like 11 tomorrow morning. Alice, what the fuck? She says, so I see we're going to have a problem. And then Azriel says, it was earlier but got delayed. So, no, Azriel, I think you gave her the wrong information to start with. And then Alice says, bullshit. And then Azriel says, Kay, like, whatever, just be at that airport. So then Alice says, so he don't want you to leave? And then Azriel says, I guess not. Okay, child. Are y'all following along with this? Okay, so then the Azriel texts the assistant and says, can you tell him I will be late? And then Alice says, you guess and you keep going along with it, huh? And then the assistant says, okay, how long? Alice, he must not be with you because you texting me. Wow, or something like that, she said. So Azriel says, I'm in the spinner on my way to his hotel. All my stuff is there. Okay, now y'all, is R. Kelly at a different hotel than Azriel is staying at? Because if she went to his hotel, why did she go back to the Mandalay? Why didn't she just have the driver pick her up from the hotel and take her to the airport from his hotel? This ain't making no kind of sense to me. So then, and I think she meant the sprinter. She said she in the spinner. Okay. So then the assistant says, how long should I tell the driver? And then Alice, hello. Then Azriel replies, no later than 11:30. Alice shaking my head. No, Azriel to Alice shaking my head. And then Alice, what the fuck is that? Y'all in different hotels? Like, Alice, that is my same question. Like, what is going on? And is the assistant not in Las Vegas? Like, this just not even making any sense, because wouldn't the assistant know that he and Azriel was together? Like, this is a hot mess, y'all. This is a hot mess. Okay, I got to figure out what's going on here, because this ain't making no sense. Okay, so let's go. Alice, so then Azriel replied, yeah. And then she says, he's in Vidara, but I was there today and we've been out all day, so that's why. And then Alice says, oh, okay, that makes sense. Not who cares. We're going to have a fucking issue with school. You must bump your freaking head. Well, Alice, you sent that there unchaperoned. Like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And so then Alice says, oh, okay. No, wait a minute.
What type of mother is this?
I'm laughing.
Y'all. Oh my God.
Okay, wait a minute. So Alice says, it's just y'all together. Azriel says, Kay, and yes, Alice. So why different hotels? Thank you, Alice, because I'm trying to figure that out also. So Azriel, because they had him in a different hotel all along. Alice, as you do realize there's an issue here. Do you wonder why he was in a different hotel? Azriel, oh my God, I'm leaving. I'll be home tomorrow. And he don't stay in hotels. Promoters give him. And he don't stay in hotels promoters give him. So, okay. So Alice said, you talk to your dad? Azriel, no. Really? So he don't know you not coming till tomorrow? So then Azriel texted the assistant and said, Mr. Kelly said, have the driver go to Vidara Hotel and wait for me there. I don't know what's going on, y'all. So then she texted her mom and said, yes, he do, referring to the dad, knowing she's not coming until tomorrow. Y'all, I wonder why we don't have any text messages in the sequence between Azriel and Angela. Why is it all Azriel and Alice? And so anyway, child, Alice says, so if you're coming at 11, where is your flight information? He knows that's even worse. So she's saying that if Angelo knows, that's even worse. So then Azriel says, wow, okay.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
And she's sending it, talking about the assistant. So then the assistant says, driver will be at the Vadero in 15 minutes. Driver contact. And then she gave the phone number. Let's see. So then Alice says, I hope you will be home tomorrow morning. Azriel says, okay. And then she tells the assistant, thank you. And then she tells her mom, I will be. And child, now it is 2:18 a.m. in the morning. As Azriel not got on that plane yet. So then as Alice texts and says, if you not, we will have a problem. So you need to let him know it's serious. You have to leave tomorrow. So Azriel replies, oh my God, I'm leaving tonight. Arrive tomorrow. Calm down. I just told you when I'm landing. Alice, bunch of question marks. You don't think this is a problem? Question mark, question mark. Azriel, so why you still think I'm not coming if I just told you? Alice, because you supposed to left on Monday 2 days ago and they booked you to come a whole day. I think she meant a whole day. They booked you to come a wild day early. Yeah, I think that was whole day early. Azriel, okay. Alice, so y'all in love? He don't want you to leave? He gonna take you to the airport? Azriel, yeah, he wanted to, but the chauffeur already booked and waiting. Alice, so he may ride with you and the chauffeur. He must really be upset you leaving. Did he cry? Hello, no answer. What you doing now that you can text? Where he go? Does he go in your phone? So then Azriel just ignoring her mama, okay, for the past 20 minutes. And she texts the assistant saying, let me know when he arrives. The assistant says, he's arrived. He's at the door waiting for you. Can you give me an estimate time that you can meet your driver to make your flight? Child, this is a mess. So then Alice texts, it's almost 3 in the morning now. She says, so you done talking? And then Azriel texts the assistant and said, okay, I'm coming now. Let's see, the assistant says, okay. And then Azriel says, I'm with the driver. And then the assistant says, perfect, you have 55 minutes. Did you check in online? Let's see. And then Azriel texts her mom. She says, yeah, he did. Laugh out loud. And she already booked my flight for Jacksonville so I can go to his show. But we left the studio. That's why I was barely texting you. And I told him I have a show that same day. He said I better kill it. And he said next time I'm with him, he gonna buy me an iPhone just for me to talk to him only, strictly. It was mad fun. He's working on Fantasia new stuff. My phone dying. I have so much to tell you. And then she did 4 emojis. And then she said, I wasn't trying to ignore you, and he doesn't go through my phone. And then she texted the assistant and said, no. I don't know what she's saying no to. You did the check for luggage, asking the assistant. The assistant says 1 bag free per passenger. And then Azriel says, thank you. Okay, then she starts texting. No, Alice starts texting. You sung at the studio. Make sure he paid for your bag at airport. $25 a bag. Because we won't be able to do it, or tell him you need the money. I don't want you to be stuck. He wasn't mad because you not coming to Jacksonville. Did you get the boarding pass? Child, Alice just asking. Oh no, the assistant is asking about the boarding pass. And then Azriel replied to the assistant, I have to get on the next flight. Child, she missed that plane. Okay, so then she says, because she said it's too late for me to get my luggage. And then she texts Alice and says, no, he understands. I'm a singer as well. And then the assistant says, okay, what time did she say for the next flight? And then Azriel texts her mom and says, I'm mad as fuck. And then Alice says, are you at the airport now? That flight leaves in a few minutes. And then Azriel texts the assistant and said, I don't know. I'm in this line. She just said I have to wait until the next flight. And then she tells her mom, I missed it. Well, I didn't. I'm here, but this lady want to move so slow. She says, I don't leave till 12:55, shaking my head. And then Alice says, yeah, you have to be there 2 hours early. Azriel, yeah. Alice, it was no way you were making that, but I guess you would know that since you're not at the airport. And then there is a whole bunch of emojis. And when I just say the emojis, I can't tell you what type of emojis because the emojis are not coming through. It's just like a diamond with a question mark in it. Okay, so the assistant says, oh, okay, keep me posted and keep Mr. Kelly in the loop. And then Alice texts and said, your father can deal with it and your school because of this. They're going to find out you don't live there. You're going to be kicked out. Okay, so oh, Lord have mercy. So Alice and Angelo don't live together. Like 1 minute she was talking about him having the fight party at the house. Now she's saying, are they just using somebody else's address? I don't know what's going on. I don't. So anyway, the assistant, Azriel texts the assistant a 1-800 number. And she said, I have to call there. The assistant, who is probably tired of Azriel at this point, because it's like midnight on the West Coast, says, okay. Because I'm wondering where the assistant is, because if she's on the East Coast, like people are saying that it was Cheryl Mike, and I think Cheryl Mike lived in Atlanta, or it could be somebody in Chicago, but this time change is still in the middle of the night for everybody. So she says, okay. And then Alice is texting again and says, I don't know who the fuck you think you playing with the bullshit ass lies and games, but sweetie, you can't outsmart me. Y'all have to get up a little earlier than that. I let your father get away with a lot of bullshit because I don't care anymore. But make no mistake, I know all the shit, and he bitches he do. Lord, don't sleep on me. You know what she was trying to say? She was so mad. She said, I don't care anymore, but make no mistake, I know all the shit. I think she meant, and the bitches that he do. Don't sleep on me. Okay. All right. So then Azriel replied, I'm aggravated and you just making it worse. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I ain't do nothing to you. My phone gonna die. So how about you kill two birds with one stone? I'ma charge my phone and you can take your ass to sleep. She told Alice to go to sleep. She didn't tell her, but she was thinking, take your ass to sleep. Okay. Child, this is a mess. So then she continues and says, I don't have no reason to lie about anything, but since you seem to think I am, just don't text me because I'm already angry. Ain't no way I've been here from 12 and my plane leave at 1 and I can't get my luggage on there. I'm texting this ex-producer, so I'll hit you later. Oh my God. So then she texts the assistant and say, do you want me to call? And the assistant says, I'm on with them now. Give me a moment. So then Alice texts Azriel and says, listen, the day you tell me what to do, the day you can plan on getting your ass kicked as a grown woman, It's cool. I got you. I'm going to do that. Good night or good morning. Woo, child. Oh my God, y'all, this is a mess. So then Azriel texted her mama and said, okay, I'm not telling you anything, but you want to play games and think I'm lying. I'm trying to figure out how to get on the next flight and you want to argue, so I'd rather not just text you at all. Ooh, child. Mama said, okay. And then Azriel texted the assistant and said, okay, thank you. And then Alice says, so I guess I will have to call or text him myself. Azriel, okay, I'm not telling you anything, but you want to play games and think I'm lying. I'm trying to figure out how to get on the next flight, and you want to argue, so I'd rather not talk. And text who? So then the assistant says, they're trying to get you on the 1:25 a.m. Stand by, please. Azriel says, okay, thank you. And then Alice says, since you smart, you should figure it out. Azriel, Kay, laugh out loud. Good night. Then the agent said, they've now rebooked you. Can you check with the agent? And then Azriel tells her that they are closed. There's no agents. Everyone has left. And then the assistant says, oh, okay, it's done and rebooked. Go to gate D7. Azriel, thank you. The assistant, oh, great. You were at D10, so you should make it okay, right? And then she says, D7 isn't far. Keep me posted. Azriel, yes, I need a boarding pass. And then she says, or confirmation number. The assistant, it won't allow you to print it online. You can show them your previous pass. The confirmation number is the same. And then she sends her IQHCRO, confirmation QHCRO. And then Azriel says, can you screenshot it? Then Alice, still up, child. It's 4:19 a.m. on the East Coast. And Alice got something else she want to say. She said, did you get another flight? And then the assistant, give the agent the confirmation number, IQHCRO. And then she says, I sent it again. And then Azriel says to her mom, I don't know. Alice, what you mean? And then Azriel texts the assistant and said, he said, I need a boarding pass, not an itinerary. And then the assistant says, did you make it okay? You'll have to go to a kiosk to print a boarding pass. It's past time to get one online. And then Azriel says, no, I didn't make it. They won't let me on the plane. Lord have mercy. So here come Alice. Never mind. You don't want me to text like you said. It's cool. Let your father know your flight info. Have a safe flight. The Azriel says, no, I don't have a flight. I miss both. These people won't let me go because I don't have my boarding pass, just my itinerary. And then the assistant texts her and says, the agent said you were fine with your previous boarding pass as long as it was updated in the system, and it was. That's why I sent you the itinerary. And then Azriel texts her mom and says, and this is the second flight she had for me. So no, I'm not on any something flight. Any TN flight? I don't know, child.
Oh my God.
Okay, then the assistant texts her and says, okay, so stand by, I'll rebook you again. The assistant is sick of Azriel ass at this point, okay? So let's see. The Azriel tells the assistant, thank you. The assistant, or give me a few minutes to book another flight. Azriel, okay. The assistant, I believe the next flight is 6 a.m. I'm back on with reservations. And then Azriel texts her mom and says, I'm ready to go back and see R because the next flight is not until 8:45 for Florida, and it's freaking not even a straight flight. It stops. And then she tells the assistant, okay, if anything, I will leave and go see Mr. Kelly until morning. And the assistant says, okay, I will confirm that the time works before I make the change so you can plan accordingly. And then Azriel, all right, do you know I could have someone come get me or not, or no? And then she tells Alice, I'm so mad I could just cry. And then the assistant, I can't book car service at this hour, so you will have to check with Mr. Kelly regarding someone picking you up. Azriel, all right, the next time for a flight is 6, correct? Yeah, girl, why would you leave? First of all, who picking you up in the middle of the night? And why would you leave the airport if you just got to turn around and come right back? So she tells the assistant, thank you. Please send me a boarding pass or something as soon as you get the next available flight. The assistant just checked you in. Stand by for the boarding pass. Azriel, all right, sorry for keeping you up. Just let me know when you get it so I can go check in my luggage and wait for the correct gate. The assistant, I paid for your bag. Also, this is departing from gate D9. Please confirm that you've received the boarding passes and you're all set. It's almost 6 a.m. here, and I might miss your text if I'm sleeping. Okay, so the assistant is on the East Coast, so I think this is Cheryl Mack that she's talking to, and Cheryl Mack is probably really pissed right now because this girl got her up all night long because she can't. Now, if your child don't know how to check her bags and get her butt on the airplane when she's supposed to, why would you put her on a flight and send her all the way across the country by herself? This don't make no sense. So Azriel says, I did. Thank you very much for everything. The assistant, no problem. Safe travels. So then Alice texts at 6:31 a.m. and says, this one has a stopover also. So what you do, Azriel at the airport. Alice, so what happened with the flight? I never heard of them saying they won't change your flight with just an itinerary. They give you your boarding pass with that and make changes with it. Well, that's what the assistant tried to tell her, but she said it wasn't working like that, Alice. So Azriel says, I don't know. Alice, so you talk to him, he gets your flight change? Azriel, yes, earliest one in the AM. Alice, what time? You already got your passport and through security? Azriel, no, I have to wait because of my luggage for them to open it, or for them to open up. Okay, Alice, wow, what'd he say? He should have known you weren't making the flight. You have to be at the airport 2 to 3 hours before your flight, minimum of 2. Azriel, okay, Ma, I get it. Alice, he probably left because he had to get to East Coast by Friday. Azriel, nah, he's at Floyd's house. I was going to go to his hotel and sleep till morning, but he's out. Child, you shouldn't have told your mama that. Because Alice says, that's like a 5-day ride. Not sure how he going to do it in 3. He needs to be careful because they say his tour bus has gotten speeding tickets going over 100 miles per hour, which is very dangerous. That's worse than flying. I don't know how Alice knows so much about what be going on with this man, but anyway. Azriel says, well, hell, I think she meant he'll. She said hell, though. He'll get there. Alice, so he just told you to stay at the airport all that time? Azriel, no, I won't have his hotel key, so I can't get in. And he wasn't there. Floyd's house is not close to the airport, and there was a 2-hour wait for taxis anyway. Alice, oh, wow. What time does the airport open? Azriel, 4:30 for us, airlines. And then Alice, so you got 30 minutes. Azriel, yup, then gotta wait till like 8 to board. Alice, well, get through, go sit right at your gate. Check in, set your alarm for 7:30 and take a nap. Azriel, no, because I have to do my luggage first. I'm not finna go all the way up these escalators with this heavy luggage just to carry it back down. My bag was like 15. Now it weighed like 48.2. Oh my God, girl, what do you have in that suitcase? And then she says, shaking my head. Alice says, no, I was talking about after you check your luggage. He give you money for bag. Just let me know you made it to gate and when you're boarding. Azriel, yes, it came with my flight, but he put 200 in my bag before I left. Girl, you ain't even seen this, man. And we took a bunch of pics on his phone, laughing my ass off. He was teaching me the angles of taking a cute selfie. He said it's angles to it, laughing my ass off, and he's so silly. He be like, let me see you put up the peace sign, now west side. I just be laughing, laugh out loud. So now it's 7:25. Alice says, well, I hope you didn't leave that in your bag. That's nice. Azriel, yes, it's in my purse. When I say bag, I mean purse. Alice, okay, just let me know when you get to your gate. Azriel, okay. Alice, you doing luggage now? What time your flight get here? And then Azriel says, I'm on my way to my gate D, and then I'm going to just sit there till it's time for me to board. Alice, what time your flight get here? Have a safe flight. Let your dad know so he can pick you up. Azriel, texting him now. Thank you. Miss you. And then she says, I'm on my flight. It's now like 9:25. On the East Coast. Did she ever tell the woman what time the flight got there? So then Alice says, okay, now it's 12:30. And Alice says, what time your flight arrives? Azriel doesn't respond to 3:45. She says, arrives now. Then Alice, you're here. Your father will be glad. Azriel, I know. Alice, he ready to go, said he hungry. Azriel, he's not here. He said he's on his way. He just texted me. Alice, glad you made it safe. You talked to R since you left. Azriel says, yeah. Alice, what he say? He missed you already. Then she has a bunch of emojis. He was crying. Azriel says, why? And then Alice gets mad and says, never mind. Y'all at Miss Denny's. Where y'all at? It's 8 o'clock now. And she says, I forgot to give you slip for your dress at the post office. It's home at the front door. And then it says, want to go home if the dress, I don't know what she's saying. She says something, want to go home. If the dress not at home, then get the slip and go back to post office before they close at 4:30. So she talked about this dress that they don't let go back to the post office and that was supposed to be redelivered. Azriel says, okay, so it's now May 7th at 1 o'clock. And Alice says, anybody say anything about missing school? Azriel says, no, laugh out loud. I just need something for chorus because I missed state MPA and our concert. And then she says concert. So he won't give me zeros. And then Alice says, he want a note from me specifically. What you tell him, where you were at. Do you have all your boarding passes from when you were flying? And then Azriel says, I don't know. He just needs something like excusing my absence. And then she says, yes, referring to the boarding passes. Alice, okay, I will write a letter. Azriel, okay. Alice, UEFT school. I don't know what that means. Then she says, okay. She says, yes. Alice, where you at? Azriel, turning on Pleasant Hill. Alice, okay. And then Azriel, I'm on my way to the post office. No one was home. Alice says, wow, Azriel is close. It closed at 3, but I'm going to Chase. I'm leaving Walmart. Okay, why you ain't at the post office? Okay, now we done jumped. Okay, wait a dang on minute. So it's May 7th at 4:30, and Azriel talking about it close at 3. So I think she's saying she's going to Chase Bank. And then she says she's leaving. It's now 5:30. She's leaving
What
Walmart.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
Let's see. Then Alice says, okay. And then she gives an address. And then she says, are you up? Good luck today. Okay, wait a minute. So now it's May 8th at 12:54 when she's texting her this address. And so 5:01, she says, are you up? Good luck today on your test. Let me know when you make it and what time will you be finished. And then Azriel says, I'm here and okay. Then Alice, that's good. What time will you finish? You can go home if you will be finished early. Hello, you know I'm not coming to your show. And then Azriel finally responds at 12:30 in the afternoon, and she says, I'm going home. And then Alice says, okay, be careful. Azriel says, okay, I'm headed to Chipotle with some emojis. Alice, how your car driving? Go get your dress. And then Azriel says, I am. Okay, guys, well, I said it was, wait, hold on. No, that was the previous day in the PM. So Azriel still ain't went and got this dress. And she says, okay, I'm headed to Chipotle. Then Alice says, how your car driving? Go get the dress. Azriel, I am. Alice, where you at? You get your dress. Because now it's 3:06 and I guess the post office should be closed by now. Azriel says, yes, I got it. I'm in Bayberry. Finna pull up home behind the bus. And then Alice says, okay, let me know how it is. Azriel, hideous. Seams and strings hanging all over. Zipper doesn't work. It's not cute on me at all. The material for the bottom is not cute. Shaking my head. So then Alice says, really, wow, I will be sending that shit back. Azriel, yes, you need to. Alice, do you go past your father's job and get bag? Did you go past your father's job and get bag? Azriel, no, I'm just wearing something from home. Alice, are you practicing? Okay, I will not be booking you any shows. And then Azriel says, yes and okay. Alice, I know you plan on leaving for the summer, so it would be pointless. You talked to him today. And then Azriel says, you never know. And yes, I did. Alice, what he say? Azriel just was asking how my day went, and he can't wait to see me, and good luck tonight. He wants someone to record it so I can send it to him and stuff like that. Alice, never mind, don't tell me. Are y'all cool? Okay, do your lineup on a little piece of paper. And then Azriel says, I know my car won't start. Come on at all. What's the address for the show? I don't know what's going on here, child. Y'all not prepared. Alice says, sent to you in group message. Is it in park? Azriel says, yes. Hold up. And then Alice says, where you going? How it's been driving? What is it doing? Azriel says, are you in Jacksonville? Okay, child. I think she's talking to R. Kelly at this point because... Okay, so she says, Alice asks her what was she doing at 5:15. Then the next text is Azriel texting the assistant number saying, what are you in Jacksonville? And then the return message says yes. And then the Azriel says, he's at Omni Hotel. I wanted to surprise him. He doesn't know I'm on my way there. Do you know when his show ends? And then the assistant says, poor reception here. How soon will you get here? Azriel says 10 minutes. Then the assistant says, do you need a room? Are you by yourself? I'll meet you there. And then Azriel says, yes, I'm with my mom. And okay, I'm actually here. And then the assistant says, getting you rooms. And then Azriel says, only need one room. And then the assistant says, okay, I'll be there soon. And then she says, traffic. And now it's like midnight. And Azriel says, you're fine. I'll let Mr. Kelly know you're getting our room. And then the assistant says, I'm here. And then Azriel says, so am I. So let me stop right there, because I thought this whole Jacksonville trip thing was they were in Key West or somewhere, and the mother drove her to Jacksonville to drop her off, and the mother said they needed only one room. Or is this a totally different trip that's going on now? Or was there two trips to Jacksonville? Y'all let me know in the comments if this is a different trip to Jacksonville. So then, let's see.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
Okay, so Azriel says, so am I. And then she texts her mom and says, his entourage is here. Don't leave. He want to meet you. And then she says, come to his spinner. He's waiting. And then she has a bunch of question marks because I guess Alice isn't responding. So Alice finally responds at 1:09 a.m. because it's May 9th now. And she says, send me her full. And she says, please let your mom. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. So the assistant replies, please let your mom know that I'm at the hotel getting the room for her. Send me her full name. And then Azriel texts Alice Clary, the assistant, perfect, tell her the key will be at the front desk. Have a great night. Azriel says, thank you. The assistant says, she's all set. Key is at the front desk for her. Latricia is the night manager expecting her. And then Azriel says, thank you. Then Alice texts Azriel and says, have fun. Tell him I said thanks for the room. Nice meeting him. And unfortunately, I wasn't feeling well, but we will have to shoot the breeze some other time.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
Okay, that didn't make no damn sense.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
So then Azriel texts her mom and says, light, laugh out loud, and a bunch of emojis. The mom says, have a safe trip to Baltimore and be careful. Azriel says, hopefully your room is nice. And then she says, what? With a question mark. She says, I'm not going to Baltimore, laugh out loud. And then she says, Cheryl said, okay, so she's confirming that it's Cheryl Mack she's talking to. Cheryl said she's all set, key at the front desk for her. Latricia is the night manager expecting her. Okay, okay, this is just too confusing. What's going on? Okay, so then the mother says, not you, him. And then Azriel says, oh, wow. And then Alice says, I'm here. It's nice. Y'all upstairs. I know he was waiting for me to leave. So I guess Azriel was in the room with R. Kelly. And so then Alice says, laugh out loud. Tell him next time we will talk business. Azriel says, send me pics. What hotel you in? Alice says, it's nice like that. It's not nice like that. All hotels were sold out, so I had to go a little further. What you doing? Don't take your butt to Be More. Okay, so now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And Azriel says, going to be, I think she meant Be More. And then she says, he got me a flight for 8 tomorrow, so I'll be back. Alice says, no, don't make me get out this bed. Actually, I'm already on my way to the hotel because I figured good thing he always late. Do I have to act a fool at the spinner? Do you still have the bag with Walmart receipts? So you saying you not going to practice for your own show? You blowing your own show off? He not teaching you good business practice. If he want to go to Be More, he need to cough up for your loss of your dad taking on the event. And then she has a whole bunch of emojis. And then she says, he gonna be pissed. My phone getting ready to die. Where are you? Hello, answer your phone. If you on your way to Be More, tell him to stop at the Chase Bank before he get out of Florida. Put $5,000 in your bank account for the loss on your show. That should cover losses, etc. At this point, your show gonna be a disaster because we haven't practiced nor came up with the rest of the show ideas or song. Then she has a bunch of emojis and she says, that makes you look bad, no one else. So child, it's 7:38 in the morning. Okay. So then Azriel says, no, what you doing, Ma? And then she says, hey, Ma, I'm in the hotel room. I was kidding. Oh my God, I fell asleep. And then Alice responds and says, what? And then Azriel says, shaking my head, wow, where are you at? Why you didn't? And then Alice says, why didn't you answer me? Azriel says, I was asleep. Okay, then oh my God. Alice says, you play too much. You should have gave me that money. Don't sit it down. Stick it in your wallet. This line long as shit. So, child, we done went from 9:30 in the morning to now it's 2:49 in the afternoon. So at 9:13 a.m., Alice said, you play too much. And then it jumps to 2:49 p.m. And Alice says, you should have gave me that money. Don't sit it down. Stick it in your wallet. This line long as shit. And then Azriel says, this line for Starbucks long too. Use the family restroom. So now it is 8:56 p.m. and Alice says, ask him, what provider do you need the SIM card to be so you can get as soon as possible? Who is his service with, Sprint, Verizon, etc.? And then Azriel says, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all the up and downs, arguments and laughter. I love you so much and I hope you enjoy today, even if you just relaxing. And then a bunch of emojis. So now it is May 10th. And so Azriel continues and says, you should talk to your mother from afar and wish her a happy Mother's Day and thank her for another year of keeping you safe and well. Bunch of emojis. And then Alice replies and said, already did that, thanks. Are you going to school or a push? Azriel says, both school first. Alice, oh, okay. So now it's the 11th, guys. It's Monday at 6:40 a.m. and Alice is asking Azriel, are you going to school or a push? Azriel, both but school first. Alice, okay, you done? And then Azriel says, no. So that's at 8 o'clock. So then at 9:22, Alice says, you need to let him know your age because he is in public doing stuff because he think you of age, so he don't care. But when it come out that you're not and you didn't tell him, he gonna look stupid and will be really mad because you would make him look like an idiot. He may not mind your age, but that need to be his decision. Don't assume. He may be hurt and deceived and very upset. You have him lying to people. That's not cool. So Azriel says, okay, why are you thinking about that? And then Alice says, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you my opinion. Azriel says, okay, I'm going to tell him regardless. So Alice says, I don't want to be in your business. I just wanted to let you know that after today, I won't be asking about y'all. I will be minding my business. Azriel said, it's fine. I don't mind. Alice, I'm going to distance myself. Everyone's so fucked up, got their own agenda. I feel like I'm always bothering everyone. Your father and his mom doing stuff, not including me. I don't talk to Ice, and the baby Manny, the brother, always been distant. It's all good. I will find something for me. Hope everything goes well. With that, just let me know when you want me to take your hair out. So then Azriel replies, I'm so mad, Ma, I could cry. He was like, your life in my hands. Wait till I get home, blah, blah, blah. So I said, Marquise, go to his house and get that iPhone off him exactly when he getting off the bus. And Granny want to be petty. I could slap her. Damn, Azriel want to slap the grandma. What's going on? Let me read this again, y'all. So Alice texts this girl and said, hope everything goes well. With that, just let me know when you want me to take your hair out. Azriel replies, I'm so mad, Ma, I could cry. And then she said, he was like, your life in my hands. Wait till I get home, blah, blah, blah. So I said, Marquise, go to his house and get that iPhone off him exactly when he getting off the bus. And Granny want to be petty. I could slap her. Okay. What's going on? Is she talking about her daddy? Is she talking about R. Kelly? Why she want to slap the grandma? May she rest in peace. I just don't know what's going on in that text message. So Alice replied, huh? Because she confused too. She said, who you talking about, Jordan? And then she says, the phone you gave him? What time his bus pull up? Child, know who on the bus, y'all. So then Azriel says 2:30, and I know he got it on him because he been texting me off of. So she talking about, okay, she's not talking about R. Kelly on the bus. She talking about one of her cousins or brothers or somebody. So then she says, and yes. And then Alice says, that's too close to appointment time. Call Grandpa, get him to go. See, you hard-headed. Didn't want to listen. You claim you had all the pics. Wow, your dad gonna be livid. You should have been told us what he say he gonna do. Did you tell him about R? To be honest, he probably saved all that shit to something else. I don't even know what they talking about at this point. Ooh, I done went well over my 1 hour mark. Let me see if I can get through this page here, and then we'll stop at like 120. So she says, what he say he gonna do and why? What's Jordan's last name? What kind of iPhone and color is it? Do you have the SS number? I told you not to use that. Log out. Close that account right now and make a new one. That ain't shit. Change the password right now, then log out, then make another account with different password. If you change password and log out, he can't go back in. And then she says, he go to Ridge. What color is phone and which style? What's his last name and his mom name? He go to Ridge? Hello, do you not see my text? Did you do what I told you? Change the password, then log out, then delete and make a whole new account? If you don't change the password, he can change it first, then keep access. So you have to beat him to it. Call me or hit me back. So he got his number. I need you to hit me back. I told you not to use that account. Hello, really? Change your username, email, security questions, everything so he can't try to figure it out. Call me. Wow, really? So then Azriel finally responded and said, I'm about to send you everything. Alice, don't say shit to him. Don't let him know I'm coming. I'm going to surprise him. Azriel, wow. Stop sending all these texts. Hold on. And then she says, Jordan Anthony Vieira, Maria Vieira, iPhone white 5C, front screen shattered, Metro PCS. Alice, see if Nia can get serial number. Azriel, I'ma get you the number and the serial if she check her phone. She don't use it during class time. Then Alice, okay. He go to Ridge. Do you know what bus? Azriel, no, I don't. And yes, he goes to Ridge in Davenport. And I think he takes 2 buses, to be honest, due to how far he live. Alice, what time they get out of school? I'm almost there. Don't say shit to him. Azriel, old phone number is 407-485-0116. And then she says, you there? And question mark, question mark. I'm trying to call you. And then Alice, what's up? Azriel, you ain't get it? Alice, please don't waste any money on me for Mother's Day. We didn't change days. What is going on? Okay, Azriel, oh, be quiet. Alice, no, I'm serious. The day is gone, so it's done. I'm good. Leave it alone. Do you have my iPod? Azriel, I gave it to you. Alice, when? I thought you took it back. Why are you taking pics of rings in jewelry store? Azriel, laughing my ass off. R told me to. Alice, thanks for Mother's Day gift, even though I asked you not to do it. So now it is the 12th. And I'm going to stop here because, child, they got me so confused. Did Alice go up to the school and beat the boy behind and take the phone back? Like, we need answers to what happened with that phone and what happened when Alice showed up at that school. Okay. Jordan, are you safe? Are you okay? All right, yeah.
What type of mother is this? Oh my God.
These text messages is all over the place, and I just feel like I'm prying into these people's lives, right? Because we still ain't learned nothing about Azriel and R. Kelly and all these text messages. Like, did Azriel actually physically see R. Kelly? Was she ever physically in the room with him? Like, was she in the room with him when they were in Jacksonville? And then why was her mother allowing her to be in the hotel room with R. Kelly, knowing that her child was on 17 years old? I got so many questions, but I'm not getting any answers. All right. Go ahead, leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.